Supta Baddha Konāsana, supine, Supta supine, Baddha bound, Kona angle, Asana pose, the supine bound angle pose. This will be your basic supported setup. You'll need a bolster or some support for the back, a blanket for the head, and a blanket to each side to support the thighs or something else. As long as it's exactly the same size for each leg so that you're supported in a symmetrical manner. So you're going to start sitting in Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, feet together, knees apart. And you want your belt to be looped. Start with a loop that is a generous size, and you get your legs, get your trunk inside of the belt, and the belt around the feet. Make sure you don't get the knees inside the belt. So once you have looped your belt, make sure the tail of your belt is pulling towards you for the purposes of today's Supta Baddha Konasana, and so that it's tight enough so that you feel that you're well held by the belt, but not too tight. The belt buckle should not be on the skin, and you want to push this belt down, not sitting on it, but it's below the sacrum. We're starting on the bolster so that the groins are softer from the get-go. Then you sit on the floor. So sitting on the floor, have just a little room, a little space here. I can slide my hand, so have just enough space so you can slide your hand between your buttocks and the bolster. And making sure the belt is tight enough. Sometimes you feel like you can tighten it a little bit more. Push this belt down. I'll move this so you can see. Push this belt down so that the flesh, the skin, the muscles moves away from the low back. And have enough support so that you feel that the groins can soften. The groins can relax. Now, I support both my legs the same way. With my hands, I press the edge of the bolster down to soften the edge. I lift the chest, and then I move the buttocks flesh away from the bolster. So I'm not sitting on the sitting bones anymore. I'm now sitting on the fleshy part of the buttocks, what we usually don't want to do when we're sitting properly in a pose. And keeping my chest lifted, I lie down without rounding my back. And then with my hands, I move the buttocks flesh away from the low back. I can even push the belt with my hands to lengthen all of that away from the low back. And adjust the blanket so the blanket is all the way to the base of your neck, all the way to the shoulder line, but not under the shoulders. Use your hands to lengthen the back of your neck, and then extend the arms over the head. Take a good inhalation and a good exhalation. Arms extended, palms facing each other. Eyes open. Eyes a little bit up, a little bit forward, so that the gaze is soft. You're looking forward in front of you, but not too low, not too high. And relax the muscles of your face. And here, gaze quiet. The gaze is fixed. The eyes are quiet. Feel the length from the sides of the body. And then bend your elbows, hold your elbows. And continue to relax the facial muscles. Relax the abdomen on the exhalation. And as the abdomen recedes on the exhalation, the nervous system settles down, quiets down. Change the cross of the elbows. Tongue relaxed. The tongue releases away from the teeth. Make sure you're not pressing the teeth against each other. Make sure your lips are gently closed, not to press the lips against each other. Relax all of that. The jaw releases at its hinges. And then feeling the length that this arm position provides without getting short, you're going to release the arms to your sides now, palms facing up at about a 45-degree angle, and slide the shoulder blades a little bit down away from the base of the neck. Roll the upper arms out so that the weight is more on the middle finger knuckle or the index finger knuckle and not the pinky. And take a good inhalation, and as you exhale, gently close the eyes. And be present. As you're here relaxing, be present. Observe your breath. Observe the body rest. Stay alert as you relax. Observe your breath. Observe the abdomen deflate on the exhalation. And to help you draw your attention deeper inside, interlace your fingers now on top of your abdomen, resting your interlaced hands right above your navel, on your navel, and let the abdomen deflate on the exhalation. Continue to observe that relaxing of the abdominal cavity on the exhalation, so you are present with your exhalations as you rest. Observe the chest lifted, broad, spacious inside. Change the interlace of the fingers. And then on a normal inhalation, open your eyes. Bring the hands down to the floor. And you're going to use your hands, the strength of your arms and your shoulder blades and your back muscles to help you sit up. Make sure you don't use the abdomen and don't close the chest. So you want to grab the edges of your mat with your hands and you kind of push, pull. You press the hands down, lift the chest up, and you sit. And then you take off your belt and you stretch your legs out. Straighten your knees, let everything come back to the center line. And then if your back is feeling a little stiff after Supta Baddha Konāsana, you can lie flat on your back so the back muscles relax. If need be, you might not need it, but if need be, you lie down flat on your back in Shavasana. Lying down straight, and the bolster can go under your thighs. With your hands, you move the buttocks flesh away from the low back, and you relax the arms. You can lie down for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, depending. Eyes closed or open. Eyes closed if you feel comfortable closing your eyes. So I'm not going to stay for a full 5 minutes, but when you do want to come out, you roll to your side and then use your hands to help you sit up. So Supta Baddha Konāsana, lying over the bolster as we did, can be a little tough for the back. It can be a challenge for a back that is sensitive. So it might be nicer to do the pose on a height that's less pronounced, on less height, or flat on the floor. I will do a video for Supta Baddha Konāsana, flat on the floor with the feet against the wall, that can be most helpful for sensitive backs. And this pose is recommended to do regularly, basically every day if possible. It's good for the health of the digestive system. It's good to rest, to learn to rest in an aware, present manner. And it's good for all of the organs in the pelvis, the health of the reproductive system and the health of the urinary system. And yeah, it should be part of a daily personal practice. Supta Baddha Konasana.